Right, so ITD Cementation is in focus. Prasad Patwardhan, CFO of ITD, is joining us. A good set of numbers, Prasad, this quarter. But we were looking at, in the past, the growth rates which the company has actually clocked are much higher. Of course, the Q4 numbers were strong as well. But as we step into 25, what kind of growth levels are we talking about? Sure, your base is also bigger. Can you maintain 25-30% growth, or it will go down to more sober to 20-25? What exactly is the plan from here on, purely on growth front, top line and order book growth?
Well, we hope to see a top line growth of about 20% plus in FY25. In terms of order book, probably this first quarter we won't see any material significant orders coming through, obviously because of the elections. But subsequent to that, based on the projects for which we have the visibility, or we are in the process of submitting bids or have submitted bids, there is an opportunity of about 25,000 crores. And we expect that post June there will be more opportunities to come up. So we are looking at right now, we are looking at about an order inflow of somewhere between 9 to 10,000 crores. But that number can be revised, subsequently once we see more traction in terms of projects being announced.
Right, sir. This is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. What we also want to know in terms of your margins, right? How do you see that shaping up? Yes, from 8% you moved to 10% for the year ended FY24. Going forward, with the revenues also improving, where do you see in terms of the margin improvement? Where should we expect a number coming in? Should we expect somewhere around 12 to 15%? Is that a range?
Well, we hope to see an improvement in the margins. They should be better than what we have reported in the previous year. Whether it will be 12 or more than that will be I will not be able to comment at this stage, but we certainly are hopeful of an improvement on the EBITDA margins in this year.
I've seen that you're from 9% or to it's already nudging 10. What are the measures you're taking for margin improvement, and what direction will it take from here? Where is the scope?
Well, in terms of measures, we are looking at larger orders, so that we were, earlier our order values were in the range of 500, 700 crores, whereas in the recent past, we have won orders where the value is 1,000 plus or 2,000 plus crores. So obviously the fixed costs get recovered faster, and that adds to the margins. And in terms of execution and operational efficiencies as well, which kick in, and that is helping us improve on our margins. But as I said, the landscape is competitive. There is competition in some of the sectors that we are working in. So while we are hoping for an improvement in the margins, I don't think there will be a significant growth on the margin front. There will certainly be an improvement in the current year, though.
Okay, an improvement in the current year, at least not a significant growth right now, but yes, surely the factors of larger orders coming into play for you will lead to an improvement there later on. But overall segment wise, then what segments or where are you seeing more demand inquiries coming in from? Is it more in terms of domestic? Is it more in terms of the international business side?
Well, there is traction in the domestic front as well, in terms of marine or metro or airport development orders, even tunneling and railway tunnels, etc. We are seeing some traction in these segments. And we are now focusing on the overseas segment as well. So we are looking for projects. We are actually executing two projects, one in Bangladesh and one in Sri Lanka. And we are looking at opportunities not just in these two countries, but closer to India in other geographies as well, and in the Middle East as well. So there are conversations happening around projects in these other geographies. And our aspiration is to have about 30% of our order book from overseas markets in the next few years. So we are working towards that, and we are seeing a lot of inquiries coming in, in some of these other countries as well.
That we're talking about here, Prasad, can you just talk to us a little more in detail and the kind of name, the quality of clients? Is it governments? Is it the private companies?
Well, there are two things that we are looking for. One is, clients where we have already worked with in the past, MNC clients or overseas clients with whom we have done work in India, and they are looking at opportunities overseas. The second part is, Government of India is also playing a major role in supporting infrastructure development projects in some of these other countries. And the funding is through Export-Import Bank of India. So, that gives us higher degree of comfort because the Export-Import Bank of India is involved. And in some of these projects, we have seen that although the work is performed overseas, we get paid for it in India. So that gives us an added sense of comfort. So these are some of the aspects that we look at before we really get into projects overseas.
Right. All right, Prasad, thank you very much for your time and good luck for road ahead.